ahead and move on to chemovar. Now science is kind of getting used to the idea that there's 100 plus cannabinoids now. And so there has to be some kind of way to represent that moving forward rather than just keeps calling out types till we get to 100.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
can you kind of explain how that, is kind of moving forward and what that means?
yeah. So chemovar is how it should essentially be referred to because it's the chemical composition of a plant that includes not only the cannabinoids themselves, but also the things that we're kind of finding now, which are the different terpenes, flavonoids, esters, all these other little nuances that make the plant what they are. And so I feel like that's the terminology that's going to kind of be upheld here in the future, just like you said, because we're slowly making progress on the type plants. And so it's like, I mean, essentially they're going to start finding all these different combinations and having to label them, type 13, this one's type 14. And same goes with like the indica sativa hybrid model and kind of how that's been something that, has been banked on for a while. And I feel like that's another classification. Once we get into the scientific aspects, going to broadleaf, just switching to the leaf patterns versus because it's like essentially most everything's a hybrid as it is nowadays. And so having more of the leaf pattern as the classification, and then, the physical chemo far type or whatever, the chemo type of the plant will be kind of, I think, how we should refer to things.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, there's like you said, they call it an entourage effect because we have volatile sulfur compounds, esters, terpenes, all that stuff that adds to the effect when you smoke it. However, whenever you're doing a RSO application, you're just stripping it down to its raw cannabinoid chemistry, correct?
Yes.